Welcome to the 2023 SUS CP Conference, the Edge of Opportunity podcast from St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. The Southeastern United States Canadian Provinces, or SUS CP Alliance, was established in 2007 to formally advance a common interest in enhancing economic ties between the two regions. The Alliance is a strategic trade and investment-focused partnership between 6 southeastern U.S. states and 6 Canadian provinces. This year's conference is focused on opportunities in the blue and green economies. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us here today, and welcome to the Atlantic Canada reception for the Southeastern United States and Canadian Provinces Alliance Conference. I'm Bill Gregory, and I'll be your MC for the conference over the next few days. And for those of you who are first-time visitors to Newfoundland and Labrador, the weather is always like this. Always like this. We planned it this way to make our friends from the southeastern United States feel more warm and at home. The SUS CP Alliance was created in 2007 with a focus to connect businesses and promote economic development between the eastern provinces and southeastern United States. The first time Newfoundland and Labrador hosted the conference was back in 2009. Now, we were supposed to host the conference back in 2020 DC during COVID. So we appreciate you for showing up, and albeit a couple of years behind schedule. I would like to acknowledge our Atlantic counterparts, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, and New Brunswick. Thank you for being with us, especially the delegation from Nova Scotia. We've all heard the news and seen the images come out of there of the last 24 hours. It's sad and heart-wrenching. I know your minds are probably thinking of other more important matters at the moment, but I'd like to say to our friends representing the province, we are thinking of you. I would like to thank the members of the Atlantic Canada SUS CP coordinators and our many partners for working tirelessly over the last number of months to bring us all together again. And finally, welcome to our business delegations. You are the reason why we are here, to deepen international trade and investment connections between our jurisdictions. I'm pleased to say we have upwards of 45 businesses from Atlantic Canada at this year's conference. I have no doubt that you are excited about the potential and possibilities over the coming days, creating new opportunities and connecting once again face to face. Now, this reception is just the beginning of what I'm sure will be a successful event that will help you diversify and grow your business. Now, please join me in welcoming our host head of delegation. Try saying that 10 times. Our host head of delegation to the podium to bring a few remarks, the Premier of Newfoundland and Labrador, the Honourable Dr. Andrew Furey.
Oh, thanks so much. That's a great introduction, but it's certainly, with a voice like that, I can't compete. You should be calling the Jays games or something. It's an honor and privilege to be here today and to welcome everyone to Newfoundland and Labrador. As he mentioned, it's always this warm and this hot and this muggy, and it's always this sunny. We hope you do get a chance, in all seriousness, to take in some of the beauty that is Newfoundland and Labrador. We have an incredible tourism product here, and it goes beyond the colorful streets of St. John's and extends into just incredible landscapes and vistas that are driving distance, believe it or not, from here. Old traditional fishing communities, just a short drive from this very hotel. So for those who have never been here before, please take some time outside the conference to make sure you explore a bit and have the true experience that is Newfoundland and Labrador. I do want to say that, again, to echo your comments, I talked to Premier Houston today, and our thoughts and prayers are certainly with the people of Nova Scotia as they battled yet another natural disaster in just a short period of time. I offered Tim any help and assistance that Newfoundland and Labrador had available to us and could help in the rescue effort and the recovery effort for him and his province. We were there for him for the fires. We're there to work together during Fiona, and we'll be there to support him and his people as they tackle yet another natural disaster. That leads into what is truly special, though, when you think about it, about Atlantic Canada. We always work together for the betterment of each other. And I think that has to do with the fact that we're so intimately connected, especially the Maritimes, but Newfoundland and Labrador as well. When one of us does well, when a business does well in Halifax, the business community in St. John's does well as well. When there's a business like Verifin that explodes on an international scene out of St. John's, businesses in Miramichi do well. When a business in Charlottetown explodes, it also explodes and ripples across the rest of Atlantic Canada. My friends, for years, Atlantic Canada was seen as being restricted, as seen as being backwards, as seen as not being innovative. Well, right now, in 2023, working together, this is Atlantic Canada's time to shine across the country, across North America, and around the world. And I know that sounds like a political platitude and a bold, aspirational statement, but think of what Atlantic Canada has to offer right now in a time of global uncertainty, in a time of changing geopolitical paradigms. Newfoundland and Labrador and the rest of Atlantic Canada has exactly the ingredients for what the rest of the world needs. We have clean, green energy. We have a creative, innovative workforce. We have the people that will drive the next generation of energy, of creativity, of business in a stable economic climate. 10 years ago, people saw Atlantic Canada as the depressed area of the rest of the country. Population was aging. The demographics were against us. Right now, we've changed that entirely. The economy of Atlantic Canada is booming. The demographics have reversed. We're growing, exploding population base in Halifax and the rest of Atlantic Canada. And it is our time to shine on the world stage. So thank you all for coming, because it's through partnerships like each and every one of you who take time away from your business and your family to be here to share best practices, to make those important key business relationship connections so that you can grow your business, you can grow your community, you can grow your province, and you can grow the region to make sure that we can realize the dream of it leading the rest of the country into the next generation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Premier Furey. Ladies and gentlemen, keep that warm welcome going for our next guest, the Honourable Greg Turner, Minister, Economic Development and Small Business of New Brunswick, and past participant in Targa Newfoundland Road Race.
Thank you very much for that warm welcome. I got to say, and thank you for mentioning the Targa Rally, because it's still near and dear to my heart. And I got to say, with the Targa Rally, and those from Newfoundland know this, it takes place in September, and it's coming back this year. And but in September, I got to tell you, they're always seem to plan a hurricane for when the rally would come through. We were always putting up with hurricanes, but anyway, it's great to be here this time of year and to enjoy the warm hospitality as always here in Newfoundland, and the great reception that we're all receiving. So we thank all of you for that on the host committee. I want to say hello and welcome and bonjour tout le monde. Welcome to Atlantic Canada Reception to kick off the Southeastern United States Canada Provinces Conference. My name is Greg Turner, as my radio friend just mentioned here. I am the Minister responsible for opportunities in New Brunswick and for economic development and small business. I'd like to start off by thanking this year's host, Newfoundland and Labrador. Thank you especially to Premier Furey and our friends and colleagues with the Government of Newfoundland and Labrador for welcoming us to this year's event. I want to just take a moment here as well to acknowledge the absence, obviously, of Premier Houston from Nova Scotia and Premier King from PEI, but the friends of Nova Scotia and the challenges that they were facing, which the Premier just elaborated on. I think we all know what's going on there, and it's incredible, the hardship that they've faced over the last few months or a year. It's just heartbreaking, really, to see and have to deal with that. And we do all work together, and we do all help each other, just like as Premier had mentioned. I know our Premier Blaine Higgs has been in contact to offer our support and our help in any way we can. We did the same thing during the forest fires, and I know when we have forest fires in New Brunswick, within a few hours the plane from Newfoundland shows up over in our backyard, scooping water up to help with our forest fires. You know, we all work together. We're stronger together, and we do some great things together, as the Premier mentioned, and that we look forward to continuing that relationship. But our hearts and prayers are with the folks from Nova Scotia right now. It's incredible to see and see and hear the destruction and the hardship that they're facing at this time. I'd also like to thank all of you for being here today, of course, and offer a warm welcome to my Atlantic Canadian colleagues and all the other distinguished guests in the room. And there's lots of you here, and we're welcoming you all here. I'm excited to be here, and I'm enjoying it immensely, the people that we're meeting as we work to further develop and strengthen our economic ties as part of this important alliance. Together with fellow Atlantic Canadians, many of whom are in this room, we've been able to nurture public and private sector relationships. These relationships speak progress towards and share goals of supporting our joint economic priorities as we identify leverage opportunities to accelerate and development. For those of you who don't know, Opportunities New Brunswick is the province's lead economic agency. Our mandate is to foster economic and business growth, and you'll learn about that over the next couple of days if you haven't already. ONB is a catalyst for business investment, growth, and prosperity, which we've achieved by connecting businesses with the right people and the right opportunities. I know a lot of them are right here in this room. What is our advantage in New Brunswick? It's our agility, our people, our innovation, and especially our infrastructure. That's where our strengths are, for sure. We have showcased the New Brunswick advantage, and in 2022, we saw a 26.73% increase in exports, which was a 10-year high for our province. We also posted the third highest level of year-over-year growth in the country, behind only Alberta and Saskatchewan, by reaching an $18.7 billion in exports. With our partners and stakeholders, we continue to deliver on our top strategic priorities: accelerating investment and growth and maintaining a high-performance ecosystem in line with a long-term commitment of reaching net zero by the year 2050. There are 7 companies that make up the New Brunswick delegation here this weekend, and I'd like to introduce them to you. Cognitive Spark, Burke Industrial, Siemens Canada, Coravan, Mariner Partners, J.D. Irving Limited, and Atlantic Towing. These industry leaders are committed to offering diverse goods, services, and innovative technologies, and in line with our mutual goal of achieving a robust green and blue economies. Our companies are ready to show you what they've got. Thank you again for joining us here at our Atlantic Canada reception. I'm looking forward to many meaningful discussions over the next few days as we work together for the region's collective success. I wish all of you an excellent and productive conference. Thank you very much, and merci beaucoup. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister Turner. I think we're going to wrap things up here now. It says the reception will continue till 5:30, and if my timepiece is right, we're past 5:30. So the opening reception for the conference begins at 6 p.m. on the 3rd floor of the rooms. The shuttle bus will be leaving the hotel at 5:45 in a few minutes. If you want to stretch your legs and get a bit of fresh air, it's about a 15-minute walk. Bring a change of clothes because you're going to sweat. So I'd suggest take the shuttle van. So on behalf of all the Atlantic provinces, please continue to network and enjoy the rest of your evening. We wish you all a very successful SUS CP conference. Thank you for tuning in to the 2023 SUS CP Conference, the Edge of Opportunity podcast from St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. The 2024 conference is taking place in Biloxi, Mississippi, and we look forward to seeing you there.